Okay, so we talked about today in our textbook is on these pages. In your actual textbook on your desk, it's on these pages. And in your PDF, it is on these pages, 161 through 174. So what I want you to do through this assignment is I want you to refer to these pages when you are choosing your color schemes. We are going to create 4 different paintings using the same design. The design is going to start by using your initials. 2 initials, 3 initials, or your name. If it's really, you have a really short name, you can do that, okay? So what you're going to do first is you're going to just take a piece of regular drawing paper and you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to fold it in half again so you get this rectangle. And on this rectangle, you are going to use a pencil and you are going to create a design using your initials. And I want you to go to all the edges. At the end of it, it's not going to matter whether or not I can actually read the initials. You're using it to create shapes to paint. That's all we're doing. Okay? So my initials are SK. So I'm just going to draw an S here. I'm going to go off the edges. I'm going to bring this back, go off my edge. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to go here. If I want to, I can give this some width if I want, or I can just leave it as a line. It doesn't matter. And then I'm going to put my K on top. It's going to go off the page. And can you see, close off your shapes. I like this width here. I need some more shapes, so I'm just going to go ahead and make that line darker. Make sure that your shapes are closed off. Okay? And then what's going to happen is you're going to use each of these shapes to change color. Every time you hit another one, you're going to change a color. What I'd like to see you do is do one, and then try another one, and then try another one, and then try another one. So when you open this up, you have 4 different designs like this. Decide on the one that you like the best. And I think I decided on this one down here. So once you decide on the one that you like, take your pencil and graphite it on the back. We've done this before. And just take your pencil and just fill it all in, because this is going to make it to where you don't have to draw that design every time. You can just simply trace it, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is take that, and here I've already traced it. All you do is line these back up. If you want to draw those lines in with your ruler, like I did here, and draw them in with your ruler, it helps to define that shape in here. And you will take this and line it up. If you need to get a little bit of tape, you can. And then you are going to trace over this 4 times in each of these rectangles till you have something that looks like this. Okay? I have labeled it my activity, page 149. I have referenced my textbook so that I have come up with my 4 different color schemes I want to use. On my monochromatic, I'm going to choose blue. Can I choose red? Can I choose purple, green, a tertiary color, whatever? But I'm just going to use blue for mine. And when I make these decisions ahead of time, it makes the whole process go faster after that. Analogous, that weird little word, is where they share a color. So we're sharing all this blue. We're going to go to the green, the blue-green, and then the green over here. My complementary, I'm going to use purple and yellow. And I'm going to make this the value of purple lighter and darker. I'll make the value and intensity of my yellow lighter, darker, and change the intensity. Then I'm going to use a secondary triad, which would be orange, green, and purple. I already have that all figured out. if you want to write them here on the bottom of each of your little squares, you can. And then, using your palette and everything that you know from the previous lesson, you can make your secondary colors and get them ready if you'd like. I'm going to do my orange here. Make sure that it takes a lot more yellow and any of the colors to make those secondary colors. Go ahead and make your palette. Make sure that your brush is really cleaned out before you put it in another color, because even a little bit of color in that brush can change it to a color you don't want. Since my blue is here, I'm going to pull my yellow over here. Remember to pull from the side of your paint so that you can use it again. Again, a lot of yellow and a little bit of blue to make that pretty green. So I'm going to get my palette ready so that when it's time to paint, I don't have to do that. I don't have to slow down. A lot of kids are having trouble yesterday making these secondary colors. So when you're mixing, if it looks like on purple, if it looks too red, add more blue. If it looks too blue, add more red. And then you can check it on your newspaper or whatever and see if that works for you. So I have my whole palette ready. I've chosen monochromatic blue. So on this one, I'm going to put this bright, intense blue here. And instead of changing my color already, I'm just going to use this same exact color in multiple places. Okay? They can touch at the corners, but would I want to put that blue right here? But I can make it go right here. It's just going to touch at the corner. It'll be fine. So do you see how your letters are just made shapes for you to paint? Okay? Instead of us sitting here for 2 days deciding what we're going to draw, it just takes that out of the equation. It goes pretty quickly like that. Okay? So I've put that same color in multiple places. Then I can pull my blue and I'm going to add a little bit of white to that and lighten it up. And then I can put this in multiple places. Okay, and then I can put that to the side here. And if it's not light enough, add some more white or add some more black, whatever color you need to do. I want to change the intensity of my blue. I'll get a whole different kind of blue. What would I have to add to that blue to change the intensity of it? Orange. So I'm going to pull that blue over here. I'm going to take just a little bit of that complementary color. And then I really want to get crazy. I'm going to go ahead and add some white to that. Craziness. And then I'm just going to keep moving around, putting each of these colors I make in another spot, and then I'll make another shade or tint of that color. Now I want to put black over here. Really going crazy. It's still blue. It makes this really pretty gray blue, and then I can add that. Use the appropriate brush for what you're doing. If you have a really wide space here, you might want that flatter, wider brush, or if you have little tiny areas in here, you probably want to get a smaller brush. So use 2 or 3 different sizes. Okay? So I would fill this whole thing in monochromatic blue. The next one is analogous. What did I say? What analogous colors? Green, blue, and blue-green. So I'm not going to do all of these for you guys. It works the same way. But I would again take my blue, put it in multiple places, and then I'm going to make a blue-green over here, and then I can start painting with my blue-green here. Okay? And you do the same for all of these, and then you should end up with, I don't know what is of it, something that looks like this at the end of it with your 4 color schemes. Make sure you label them. Turn them upside down. There's, and here I can see them. If you want to go back over them, you can. It just helped me kind of organize myself. Okay, we'll work on those today and tomorrow and probably Friday, and then we'll move on from that next week. Okay? Happy painting.